Let's try to connect to it. Okay, now I am able to connect it. So you have to give some time because whenever I just now started the mission, so it is not able to connect to it. Even though services are running, it will take some time to make everything running internally. Then only you will be able to connect to it. Okay, so that's the reason I've just waited. I did not do anything as of now, right? So we have just discussed about some cross and we have spent around 5 minutes of time. Then within that time, it was up, and we are able to connect to it. Okay. And what we have discussed for each and every ETL mapping, what are the two major things that we'll have?
Extraction, transformation,
Transformation, and loading. Transformation, it is based on our requirement. If you want to do any transformations in between, we can do. Otherwise, we can directly load the data into target. So extraction and loading will be there for sure. Transformation is optional. If you want to do it, you can do. Otherwise, you can leave it. Okay. So now, what are the different sources we can use to load the data, to fetch the data?
Oracle,
Data
AWS,
can be available in data can be available in any of the databases. So databases can be Oracle or SQL Server or some other Postgres DB or MySQL, so anything. And your target also, and also it's not only about the database. You can have the data in the form of a file size way. Okay, so it can be flat file or text file, CSV file, everything. Okay, and in the same way, target also, it will be similar to source. Why you are calling that as a source is you are fetching the data from there. And similar things like file can be a target, your database can be a target. Okay, so all of those things, why you are calling them as a target? Because you are loading the data into them. Okay, so now as of now we are working on this employees.csv, right? So if I open this document, we are working on this file, right? Now what we did earlier, we have loaded this data directly into Oracle by using import file, right? So we went here, okay, and then we have imported the data, and then we have choose this particular file, and then we have loaded the data, right? Everybody remembered this?
Yeah.
So that is how we loaded. But every time, if you have to do this, we have to come and do it manually, right? But you want to do it in a regular way. So every time you will get some file and you want to load the data into this particular database. Okay, then what we can do? So first you need to create an ETL mapping. This is something I have created earlier. Okay, how to create an ETL mapping? So you have created a training folder. Okay, just right click and you have to open it. Okay, I'm disconnecting it. So what will happen? So I have to right click and open this. Okay, then this folder will be open for me, and here you can see it will be turned into bold. Okay, you can see whatever the folder you open, it will be in bold only. Other things will not be in bold. So you can easily understand which folder is currently open. Okay, so now in Informatica, everything is a mapping. Okay, you have to create an ETL, right? So ETL will call it as a mapping. How can you create the mapping? So just open this training folder. On the menu, you can see mappings. Because why you are seeing here mappings? I have mentioned yesterday that there are different tabs here. What is the first one? It is source analyzer. That means you are creating sources here. It is target analyzer here, to which you want to load the data, that you are creating it as a target. Okay, this is transformation. Mostly you need not to worry about this. Maplet, again, this is kind of some reusable component within the mapping. You'll come to know in future. Okay, let's not worry about that. And this is the mapping. Here you will design your mappings. So if you come to this tab, you can see this mappings option. If you go to the source analyzer, you will see the sources as option, because you are here you can create only sources. That's the reason it will be turned into, because you will sources option will be enabled. If you're coming into targets option will be enabled. If you are coming into mappings option will be enabled. Okay, so here what we have to do, this is something that I have created for the earlier sessions for someone, right? For you, what I will do, let's create new one. Okay, go to mappings, create. Okay, then it will ask for the mapping name, m_. So for the mapping, how you should give the name? You have to give the name as M underscore. And what we want to do? We want to read the data from this employees. Okay. Employees table. Employees file. Okay. So read from employee file. Okay. That is your source. And then mention the target. Where you want to load the data? You want to load the data into this Oracle database. Okay. So employees, read the data from employee file to load it into DB employees. Okay. So that means you are reading the data from here and loading into some database into an employees table. So by looking at the mapping name itself, you should understand what you are doing. Okay. I'm just giving some meaningful name. You can give any name. Okay. But it is best practice to start with M underscore. So that it will do the meaning like, okay, this is the mapping.
So every time we creating a mapping, we need to give the file name like this.
Can you come again?
Every time when we are creating when we are opening a file or something like that, we need to create. We need to write the file name like this, like mapping name.
Whenever you are creating a mapping, not with the file. Okay. Mapping can be anything, right? Mapping can do any process. It can read the data from a file and load the data into a database, or it can read the data from a database and it can load the data into a file. So that is based on your requirement, right?
So
Yeah.
every
So
time we just give the, can we give employee file underscore DB?
this is your user defined. You can give any name, okay? But as
Okay.
I'm telling you best practice, so that whenever you are creating, whenever you look at the mapping name, you will get an understanding what you are doing. For example, I'm giving, okay, M underscore, okay. What I'll give here is, okay, I'm just doing this, load data for a file. I can give this, right? That's what we are doing.
Okay.
So I don't know, okay, load data from file to database. I can give this, it will be created. But what will happen? You will not understand what data you are loading.
Yeah.
Okay. And what is the table name and what is the file, what kind of information it is having. If I give like this, you will understand, okay, I'm loading the data. It is a mapping. Okay. M underscore is nothing but a mapping. And you are reading the data from a file. Okay. You are reading employee data, which is there in a file, and you are loading the data into a database. Okay. This is source part I'm giving, and this is the target part I am giving. Okay. You're loading the data into a database, and in the database, you have a table called employees. Okay. Clear?
Yeah.
Now I'm creating this. Now this mapping is created. Where you can see whether this mapping is created or not, you can come here on the left hand side, go to mappings, see here. Your mapping is created. Okay. Now what you need to have in a mapping?
Source
You need to
data.
have source, you need to have target. Did we create the source as of now?
No.
No, we did not create the source. Okay. Then where we need to go and create the source now?
In that
You have to
bottom
go to
source. Yeah.
source analyzer. Okay. From here, you have to create a source. Okay. Creating the source is nothing but you are defining the structure of your source. Okay. So come here and then import from file. You are defining the structure of your file. Okay. Then you will mention here where it is available. So if you see here, sources, you can import from a database. Okay. So if it is there in your database, you can import it from there. And if it is there in a file, you can import it from a file. Okay. If you have some COBOL file, from that also you can import the structure, XML definition from PeopleSoft, or if you want to connect to any web service provider. Okay. Salesforce. So everything will be there. Amazon S3 will be there. Informatica Cloud. So all of these options will be there for it. Okay. So as of now, our requirement is to load the data from a file.
So here create means we are creating a database.
No, we are not creating the database. We are telling like, I'm reading the data from a file because you are reading the data from a file, right? So what is the structure of that particular file? How many number of columns it has? What
I
is the
guess,
type?
yeah, I guess he's
What I'm
talking
asking
about
is,
in the
in sources,
menu.
we also have a create function.
Yeah, I guess he's asking about that. In
No.
sources
In
we have.
sources, we will not have any create. So like this, you will have, okay? You have to import the
Yeah,
structure.
in the down.
Yeah. So here, you are creating the mappings. You don't create the sources. You will
Okay.
define the structure of the source. Okay.
Yeah.
Because why we are importing this structure? Because otherwise we have to create one source and we have to give all of these manually. Instead of that, already you know the file, you know the structure. So it will import the structure of this table directly. Okay.
Oh, yeah.
For source and structure, you will define the structure. You will import the structure, because whenever you are reading the data from source, you should understand what are the columns you have, how many number of columns you have, what is the data type of each and every column, what is the length. All of these things it will import based on this file. If you refer
Okay.
this file, you will be importing it from there. Okay.
Okay.
So I'm importing from a file. And where is my file? I'll go to this PC. This is there in this drive, and go to training. Okay. And Informatica, where it is? It is not there. Let me go and check. Okay. And I'm looking for .dat. Okay. You see here, I have employees.csv. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
So see here, I'm getting all the data. Okay. And it is delimited. So I have to start import at row 1. Okay. Import field names from first line. So first line is having the field names right here.
Yeah.
So let me add this. The first row is having field name. Okay. That means start importing at row 2. From second row, I'm saying like the data is available. If you remove this, it will be converted to. That means it will consider the first record also some data, not as a column name or field name. Okay. And if you want to skip any of the records also, you can do that. But we need not to do that because our data is there from second record. So first record is having some field name. So I'm just mentioning that. Click on next. So it can be delimited with anything. If it is tab delimited, you can check this. Our data is comma delimited. Okay, that's the reason I have selected comma. Automatically, it will come as comma. Okay, for your field 1, field 2. So all these are your columns. Okay, then click on next. You will be getting the column names. Okay, so for here, the first name, we are getting this. So let's remove those extra characters. So it will be converted to proper name. Okay. Your first column is first name, last name. Okay. Middle name. If you want to change anything, if you want to change the data type of any of these, you can change it. Okay. Let's load these as it is. Okay. Finish. Now you have it. Employees. This source was created for you.
Yeah.
Employees flat file. So let's do one thing for this one. Okay. Flat file employees. Okay. Employees underscore ff. Okay. Or okay, let's give that. Employees underscore ff I am giving. Okay. Okay. I'm pressing. Okay. Because here also employees is there. That's the reason I don't want you to confuse. That's the reason I'm giving underscore ff. Okay. Now we have created a source. Now go to the mapping. In the mapping, what we have to give a source. So where is the source available on the left hand side? If you can come here, sources are available here, targets are available. Okay. Go here, flat file is there. Okay. You have to drag it from here. Now select it and drag it here. So now you got it. You got the structure of your source.
Yeah.
Like this, you have to drag it. So whenever you are dragging the source qualifier transformation, this is one of the transformation. Source qualifier transformation will be created automatically with each definition of the source. You will have this by default. So here, from here, this is the structure. You are saying like there is an employee file. In that we have these columns. Karke you are saying. Out of this, whatever you want, you can mention here. Okay. Out of this, around I think you have 10 to 12 columns are there. Out of this, you want to read only 4-5 columns. Okay. Then you can remove all of this. If you want to read all of the data, you can read all the data. Okay. This is how you can do it. Okay.
We can remove all this data over there itself.
Where here?
Yeah.
Here you can't delete it because this is a structure, right? If you want to delete again, From here, you can't do it. From mapping, you can't do it. Go to source analyzer. If you don't want some columns, you can remove it from here. But this is the structure. You should not remove it because your file is having this structure. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
But you can do it here because from that file, you have these many columns. You don't want all of this. For example, you want to load only names and then their marital status, gender, and salary. Then just only use them. Remaining things you can delete it. For example, you can select this and you can cut this. Okay, it will be deleted. Higher date. So if you want to delete multiple things, click on shift. Okay, first select this, shift, keep it like that only, and then press on 8th record. So all of these will be selected. Okay, and then just cut it. So everything will go. So you'll read only these things. Okay.
Yeah.
This is how you can do it. Let's cancel it. Okay. I'm discarding the changes. Yes, because I want to read all the data from here. Now, did we create the target?
No.
No. And what we want to do? We have to create some target here in the database because you want to load the data into a database. Okay. Now, what we can do? Now, inside the database, you don't have the structure. So if you want to load all of that data, you have to create a table and you have to define the structure like this, right?
Yeah.
So you have to create a table here, right?
Yeah.
So instead of, because if you have to create the table again, you have to do everything manually. Okay, create table and then give all of these, give the data type, whether they are nullable or not nullable, everything you have to do. So instead of that, what we do is, okay, there is a simple option. Right click on your source qualifier. What we call this? Source qualifier. This is source. Okay. This is source. This is source qualifier. Okay. Right click on it, create and add target. What I'm doing, I'm clicking on source qualifier, not on source. Okay. Click outside, just click on the source qualifier, right click and create and add target. So now it is what it is doing. It is adding some target based on the structure that we have here. Okay. Is it defined? Everything structure is defined here.
No.
All
Data
the
type.
columns came here.
Yeah.
You are creating a structure and it is giving like this. Okay. So even if you see here, it is creating like this SQ underscore employees underscore FF target. Earlier it is not there. Now it was there. Okay. This is what it is. Now you can go here, target analyzer. You can drag it. Okay. Now, if you want to change it to, you can change. Employees underscore, what we can do, let's give, today is April 21, right? So let's give the table name like that. Okay. Employees
Yeah.
underscore, right 21. Then here, each and every column is available for you, all the columns. Okay. Indexes, nothing. Okay. Metadata extension, this you need not to worry. Okay. So if you want to edit anything, you can do it. If you want to add any keyword, but that is not required for us. Just apply it. Okay. Then it will be changed to that. Okay.
Yeah.
Employees underscore 21. And then if you see, all the columns will come here. Okay. Just give me a minute. Okay. Okay. So now we are in target analyzer, right? So here just click here. Target analyzer will be enabled. Okay. Just go to this target. Okay. Generate or execute SQL. You can do this. As of now, we have created target automatically based on this one. But in Oracle, you don't have the target, right? Did we create any data, any table here in the Oracle database? No, right?
No.
So instead of again creating it manually, what we can do is go to target analyzer, select the target for which you want to generate the SQL from Informatica itself. Go to targets, create, generate or execute SQL, and it is coming. Okay. And then what you can do is generate SQL file or edit SQL. Okay, it is not generate. I think you can do generate SQL file. Okay. The generate options, what you have to do, create table. You want to create the table, right? So that's what you want to do. Just select that option. If you want to drop the table, it will generate that script. Okay. And if you want to drop the index, it will do that. If you want to create index, it will do that. Okay. Now we want to just create the table itself. So from here, you can generate the SQL. Okay. Script MK table. Let's do one thing here. Where it is available. Here it is available in this location. Okay. You go here and you can see this. It is generated here. If you don't know where it is generated, just click on browse. It will show where it is generated. Okay. Clear? Now you got it. How we
Yeah.
are generating the target table SQL? We are just creating target out of sequence generator. Okay. No, not sequence generator, SQL transformation. Okay. SQ transformation. Okay. SQ transformation. This is SQ transformation. You are clicking on right click on the SQ transformation. Okay. Create and add target. Then target will be created. So you can see here the target is created. Now go to target analyzer. Okay. Drag the target. If you want to rename anything, you can do it. And for which you want to create the definition, go to targets, generate SQL. Then here it will generate it. You want to have the script for create table. So click on this and generate the SQL file. Okay. Now let's go and check here. This is the path. And if you see this table, this script is created.
Yeah.
So let me open Notepad++. Okay. So what I'll do is I'll just open this here. So I got the script. Create table script is available here for me now.
Yeah.
So otherwise you have to do it manually, right? Now I don't want to do it manually. That's the reason I have created on the fly by using Informatica itself instead of creating everything manually. Clear? Now you are clear, or shall I explain it again?
Yeah, one more time, sir. Explain it.
So what we are doing now, you are clear till source qualifier transformation, right? You have created a source. Okay. How did you create the source? First, you went into source analyzer. Okay. Then sources option will be enabled on the menu. Go to sources, import from a file. Okay. Where is our file? Our file is here. Here, .dat files are selected. So you can select all files. I have imported employees.csv. Okay. This is how I got this employees. Then what I did, I went to mapping designer. I dragged my employees here. When I dragged it, you will get the source as well as source qualifier transformation will be created. Whenever you are dragging any source qualifier transformation will be enabled, means it will come. And if you want to read only like limited amount of data from this data set, you can do that by using this source qualifier transformation. If you want to remove any ports, you can do this. Okay. And then we want to load the data into some target. Okay. Now our target is Oracle database. Into Oracle database, we want to load the data, but we don't have any table with this structure in our Oracle database. So what I have to do, I have to go and manually create the table. Instead of that, I want to generate the script through Informatica only. For that, what I am doing, I am selecting source qualifier transformation. just right click on it, create and add target. So if you do that, it will generate a target with the similar structure, whatever you have here. Okay, I have generated it. So once you generate it, it will go and placed in targets folder. Here it is. Okay. Now, if you want to check that, go to targets, a target designer, drag your table. So all of the structure is defined. So from this, you want to generate the SQL script, create table script needs to be generated. So what you have to do, go to targets, generate or execute SQL. Here you are generating the SQL for creating of the table. So I'm just selecting it and then generating the SQL. Okay, it is generating the SQL to a file. Okay, clear? So I just copy pasted that SQL here in my notepad. Clear so far?
Yeah.
Now copy this, go to your Oracle database. You are there in your database, wherever you are practicing it, paste it, and then run this. So here I'm creating a table employees underscore April 21. Table is created, right?
Yeah.
So what you can do, you can select star from employees underscore April 21. Okay. Now if I run it, so the structure is there here, right?
Yeah.
If you want to see here, what you have to do, select tables, refresh it, you will get employees underscore April 21. You can click on it, it will show the structure. So it is defined, all the columns came.
Yeah.
Did we write any script on our own?
No.
We did not do anything. Everything was generated from Informatica itself. Okay. Now, one of our task is completed. We have created the source, we have created the target, okay, and we have created the mapping. Okay, now what we have to do, there is a source, there is a target. Is there any linkage between these two? Did we do any linkage between these two?
No.
No. So what we have to do, we have to tell, okay, first name is there, just select first name, just come here till here, this shaded area, left click on it and drag it to the column you want to map. So what I am telling, load the data from source, from first name column into the target into first name column. Clear? Now
Yeah.
last name is there. Now I want to load this last name into from source into my target. In my target also I have last name. So I'll drag and drop it. So it will link it. So if you leave it like this, only these two columns will be populated here. All other columns will come as null. Okay? Because there is no mapping. You're not saying like it has from where it should get the data. You're not doing that. That's the reason these will be populated as null. Okay? So further what you have to do, you have to map each and everything. You got it how to map it? What I am doing, I'm selecting the column that I want to map. I'm just going into the shaded area. I'm left clicking on it and then dragging this onto the column to which I want to map in target. Clear?
Yeah.
Now it is difficult, right? If I have to do this for each and every column like this, how can I do this for all columns at once? Because if you see, all columns are in sequence only, right? Birth date is there, email address, everything is in sequence only, right? Here, whatever the order of the columns is there, here also the same order is there. So what you can do is here, you can select all columns here. Okay. Again, you can do the same way. Left click on the shaded area, drag and drop it on the birth date, because there also for the first column is birth date in the selection. So all the columns will be mapped here. Clear?
Yeah.
Understood so far?
Yes. I have one doubt. When we are
Yeah.
extracting, like we are taking source call target from source qualifier, right? What in the meantime, we try to take some of the data, we try to delete some of the data, like if you delete gender, salary from this, and
If you
if you want
delete
to
the
create
salary from,
source qualifier and everything,
okay.
when we load into target base, we miss out the salary like that, right?
I did not get your question. So you're removing these columns from source qualifier. That's what you're saying.
Yeah.
Then
So we create a target database.
correct.
So we miss out everything, phone, marital status, and everything.
Yeah, if you remove it from here, there is no way like we can read the data. Here it is
Okay.
just a structure. Here you are reading the data. Here you are giving that data. If you're not able to read the data, how can you give the data here? So if you want to load the data, you have to read it, right?
Yeah.
So if you want mangoes, in market, mangoes will be available. If those are not available, is there any way you can bring the mangoes to your home? No.
Yeah. So once we delete here, we can't load into our target database, right?
Then we can, yeah, once you have the data here, only that data you can load here. If you don't, for example, I'm removing this phone, okay?
Yeah.
Then there is no way like you can load the phone here. Phone will be null only because there is
Okay.
no mapping, right? Because if phone is not there, this mapping won't be available, right?
Yeah.
If I remove phone, with which I will map this phone call. I can't map it to anything.
Yeah.
Right. So it will be leaving. So I will be leaving it as it is. So if I leaving as it is, so it will load null. Whether phone will allow null or not, it will allow null values. So if you
Yeah.
remember, if I don't give specifically not null, what it means, it will allow null
It's like,
values, right? So that's the reason Informatica is saying like, I will create all the columns and it should accept null values. If you have any specific requirement to not allow null values, you have to modify the script. Okay.
yeah.
That's the reason we will do like this sometimes. That's the reason it is creating by default with null values only. Okay. It will create the columns which will accept the null values. Okay.
Yeah.
Clear?
Yeah. But
Okay. So now let's go ahead and validate this mapping if it is correct. Okay. Now we have created the mapping, right? We have created the
yes.
source, we have created the target, and we have created the linkage between source and target. Clear?
Yeah.
Now let's go ahead and validate it. How we can do it? Go to mappings, click on validate. So is it validated?
Yeah.
If you come here, it will show the log. So it is saying like mapping, your mapping name is valid. That means there are no errors here in this one. Okay. So
Yeah.
now if I remove, so let me say like, if I remove this link, what will happen? Will it be valid or not? Is it valid or not?
Which one?
So just now I have removed the link to salary, right?
Yeah.
Let me remove one more link as well. I'm removing the link to department name as well. Now, before removing this, it is valid. Now I have removed the links to department and salary. Is it valid now?
Yeah.
What do you think? Is it valid or not? Whatever you
Yeah.
think, just tell me.
I think it's valid.
It's valid. What about you, Divya? Samata, whoever is there here?
Yeah, even I think it's valid.
It is valid. That's what you are thinking.
Yes.
Okay. What about you, Divya? Okay. So why you think like it is valid? Why it is not invalid?
Because
Because
It's not valid basically.
we're just making only connection, but we are not mentioning whether to extract.
So here you are saying like I have all these columns, but I don't want to pull anything
what
into
yeah,
these two
whatever we are
columns.
required, we
Yeah,
are taking.
we are just taking it. So it is fine. So it will say like it is valid because there are no issues with the mapping, right? So whatever that is your requirement. It can't define like, okay, column is there, you have to definitely map it. So it is not like that. Okay. If there is any issue in the logic, it will say like it is invalid. Okay. Clear?
Yeah.
So now let's reconnect it. This one. I have reconnected it. Let me go ahead and validate it. I'm validating it. Okay. Press Control S. That means you are saving it. Okay. Control S means you saved this particular mapping. Now what we have to do? We have created an ETL mapping. What is the next step?
Workflow manage.
We have to go to workflow and we have to tell like, okay, this is the mapping that I need to run. If in our next thing is you have created this mapping, you have to run it. If you have to run it, you have to tell where it has to. Now you have just created the source, you have just created the target. Okay. Now we don't know where it has to be connected, from where I need to fetch this data. Okay. Just you have created the structure and the definitions. That's it. There is no data here. Okay. But you have to point it to the actual source and actual targets. How you can do that? And even if you want to run this mapping, you have to create a workflow or session. So I have opened the workflow manager. Okay. In workflow manager, connect to your repository. Okay. And connect to your training folder. Okay. Now go to workflows. Okay. And here workflow training is there. Let me create new workflow. Okay. I'm in workflow designer. Okay. If you are there in workflow designer, workflows will be enabled. If you are there in task developer, tasks will be enabled. Okay. Go to workflow designer, create a workflow, click on workflows, click on create. Okay. What should be the name of the workflow? Let's say everything. Let's create here only workflow training batch 2, for example. Okay. I'm creating this and your integration service you have to select. You remember we have created two integrations. One is repository service, another one is integration service. So you can select from here. If you click on this, it will show all the integration services that are available. For me, I have created as info_integration service. You have created it as
Internet.
service. Okay, it will be automatically selected. If multiple are there, if you want to change it, you can go here, you can change it. Okay, this is integration service. And now go and click on OK. Now new workflow is created. Okay, in this, what I want to do, I want to run this particular mapping. For that, what you have to do is you have to create a task to do that. So we call that task as session task. Okay, select this and click on this area. Select this. Okay, go here, select session and click on this area. Now it will show all the mappings that are available only in this folder, not in other folders, because you are creating workflow in this folder. Okay, clear?
Yeah.
So in this folder, I have only two mappings. That's the reason it is showing only two mappings. Here, what is our mapping?
DB employees.
Our mapping is this. Click on, select it and click OK. Okay, now session is created. Okay, double click on it. Now see, session name, it automatically gave like your mapping name and it is appending it with S_. Okay, that means it is a session which is running the logic of this particular mapping. This will be automatically given by the Informatica itself. This is the best practice. That's the reason you have to give proper name to your mapping. Just it will append S_, whatever the name you will give to the mapping, it will take that and it will just prefix it with S_. If you want to rename it, you can go and rename it. Okay, clear?
Yeah.
Now go to mapping here on the properties. Okay, what you are doing, you are double clicking on it. Okay, you are going into the mapping option here. Now here you can see sources, targets, and then transformations. So do we have any transformations? No, we have only sources and targets. Okay, now if you see this target, it is saying like SQ_employees_FF1. Let's go to the mapping and change the name. Okay, come here. Here it is giving this. So it is target, right? So target, refer it as TGT_employees_April 21. That is our table name. Okay, so that we can
Yeah.
understand directly. It is a target you are loading into this table. Okay, the target table name is employees underscore April 21. That is what it is, right? Your table
Yeah.
name is to change here. So apply it. Okay. Okay. Come to the workflow. Now we have changed it. You have to save it, right? Control S. So here your log will come. Okay. Now I am pressing Control S. See here, your log will come. See, everything is validated and it is saying like your mapping is updated. Okay. If you press Control S, automatically it will validate the mapping and it will say like it is updated or created. Okay.
Yeah.
In case of any errors, it will show what is the error. Clear? Now
Yeah.
come here, come to the workflow. Now see here, double click on it. You go to the mapping. What name you are seeing? You are seeing the old name only. New name is not coming, right?
Yeah.
How it will, how to make sure that you are, how you can refresh this so that it will refer to the latest changes from the mapping. Okay, right click on it. Go to refresh mapping. Go to the option refresh mapping and refresh it. See here, this yellow color filter kind of option will come. That means it is refreshed. So now go to mapping and see here, it is refreshed. Now the name is reflected here.
Yeah.
Press OK. Now press Control S. So it is saved. Okay. Okay. Workflow is invalid. Why it is invalid means because you did not link it. Now let's do linkage. Come here, link tasks. Okay. What you can do, come here on the right hand side, you can see this arrow mark that is link task. So you have to link it to the start. That means it is starting here. You have to link it here. That's how you are linking it. Okay. Press Control S now. Now it is saying like valid. Earlier it is saying like invalid. Right. Now
Yeah.
see here, earlier it is saying like invalid. Okay.
Yeah.
Why it is saying start instance should have at least one output link. Okay, start instance at least should have one output link. It is not having anything earlier. That is the reason it is saying like invalid. This is the error. After that, we linked it and it is saying like it is saved without any errors and it is valid. Clear?
Yeah. If you have if you have many links, like if you have one more target file.
Yeah, let's come to that point. Let's
Okay.
go from basics. Okay, then you will
Yeah.
get to know because we are going to create many things right after this.
Yeah. Yeah. Sure.
Okay, double click on it. Now go to mapping. Sources is there. Okay, now source, what we are saying here, come to the properties here. Okay,
Yeah.
see here, PM source file directory is there, and here it is referred to the employees.csv. PM source files directory is nothing but you have to go to the folder where you have installed your Informatica. I have installed it let me go to the training. Okay, Informatica software Informatica installation. Okay, here I will have what I have. Let me just check. You will have a path. Okay, source files path will be there. Or else what I can do is let me check in the older one which path it will refer. Okay, just open it. It is opening this. Okay, I go here, I can see to which path I have connected here. So it is there in PM source file directory training. Okay, we come here. Informatica, this is different. Informatica installation. Server. Here info shared. Okay, this is the path you need to go. Server info shared, and then you will have source files. And here if you see, I think you have source files. Okay, you have to go here. All source files needs to be placed here because this is the default location that your Informatica will refer. Here inside this, you can create any folders, but default it will refer here for the source file. So I have created a training. Okay, in this I already have some target, some files here. Okay, let me remove this target file. It is not required. So I already have this employees.csv. Let me see if it is the same file that we are referring earlier. Okay, so for my previous session, I have just copy pasted here. So if you want to do that, you can do that, or you can directly place it in here. Only department name is there, salary is not there, right? So let me do one thing. I'll remove it from here. Okay, I'm deleting it from here, and I'm opening one more explorer. Here I have employees.csv is there, right? So where it is available, let me go to our training. This is again going to source files. Let's now go here. Training. Okay. This is training Informatica. And you have this employees.csv, right? Let me open it. If you have the latest salary column also in this. So we have salary, right?
Yeah.
So let me just copy this. Okay. I'm just right clicking on it. Okay. And then I'll do copy. Okay. What I will do again, I will open the next window where I need to paste the source files, and I have created a training. Otherwise, you can just paste it in source files. Okay. Here we have many for other trainings that are happening. That's the reason I have created a training folder inside source files. I'm just pasting it here. Okay. Let me paste it here. The file is available here, right? So
Yeah.
by default, it will refer to source files. Okay. So here, if you go to your workflow, automatically here, just open your, now you are in workflow underscore training, but our thing is workflow underscore training underscore batch 2. Open your session, go to mapping. Okay. Your source. Here, PM source file directory is nothing but automatically whenever you are installing the Informatica, it will refer to, okay, it will refer to which path it will refer. It will refer to source files path. Just go to your Informatica installation folder, server, not the unzip folder, okay? You have to go to the folder where you have installed it, okay? Inside that, you have to go to server, info-shared, source file. So this is the path, okay? This is the path for you. Go there, and for my purpose, because we have many things here, I have created a training folder. Inside this I am giving. So if you come here, it is referred to source files, and my file is there inside training, right? Inside training I have it. So what I'll do, I'll just copy it, okay, and I will paste it here. Training slash, okay, employees.csv. Okay. I'm reading from that particular location. That's what I'm saying. Clear? You understood? I'm just telling we have created just the structure and it is referring to its default location. Okay. Here, if you're directly putting the file here, you need not to change anything. But I have created another folder training and putting the file here. That's the reason you have to give that folder name here. Clear?
Yeah.
Apply. Then okay. Okay. Now double click on it again. We have just updated source. Now, if you go to target, it is automatically connected to this. Okay. Now, already there are some connections that are available for me. So it is connected to dev8. Dev8 is nothing but my this one. OT source dev2 is there. It is dev8. It is connected to dev8, right? So
Yeah.
this is stage, target, and source. So if you want to see the connections here, okay, what you can do is for the connections, if you are in this tab, go to connections, okay, create relational connections. So here you can see already I have these connections. For example, deviate connection, if you are source deviate connection, if you want to see edit, okay, I have created these connections. Okay. So what I have to do, I have to create another connection. For you, you don't have any connections. Go to connections, relational. Okay. Click on new. Okay. What is this? Oracle. You are connecting to Oracle database, right? Our database is Oracle. Select Oracle database. Click OK. Okay. Name what you want to give. What is our database name? You can give that. OT underscore source dev8 to easily understand your database name. Okay. What I am giving. Okay. Where I am doing this dev2, not dev8. So I'll give dev2. What I'll do here, I'll just mention Oracle so that I can understand this is an Oracle connection and I'm connecting to the database called OT underscore source underscore dev2. Okay. What is the username for me for this dev2? So in order to get the username, what you can do? Go to properties. Okay. Username is this one, right? OT underscore source underscore dev2. And what is the password? Admin. Okay. What is the connection string here? Your service name. Go to your service name here or SID. Have to give that. Okay. Press OK. Now your one more connection is created. You can close it here. Come here. Go to target. You are connecting to that particular database. Okay. Relational writer you have to select here. For file, it will be file writer. If you are writing into file, it will be file writer. You are writing into a database, it is a relational database. So it is a relational writer. And to which database you want to connect. So whatever you have created, it will be appeared here. So I have created this source dev2. I'm selecting it. Click OK. Okay. Clear. After that, I have to change this bulk to normal. What I'm doing here, I'm changing the connection target load type. Come to the properties. The first one is target load type. Change it to normal. And then insert, update. You can keep as it is. Okay. And then that files will go here. Okay. Everything you can leave as it is. We can discuss about the option afterwards. Okay. So here you are not giving the target table name. If you want to give the target table name, you can give it. But why we are not giving it? If you go to the designer, if you go to target analyzer, okay, here, or you can go to the mapping. If you go here, you can see the table name here. Target table is employees underscore April 21. Let's see if I'll automatically take this file name, table name or not. Okay. If you want to give some different table name with the same structure, you can give it, but let's not worry about anything as of now. So what we did, I'm just pressing apply. Okay. What we did, we have created a connection to Oracle database. Okay. What is our Oracle database here? Source underscore dev2. What I did, I came to workflow. Okay. And then I have clicked on connections. Here you are connecting to a database, which is a relational connection. Okay. Click on relational. Go here. Okay. Click on new because you are creating a new connection. And go here. As you are connecting to Oracle database, you should select Oracle. Press OK. Then you have to give the name, user defined name, any name you can give here. Give some meaningful name so that you can understand the which database you are connecting, and then give the username, password, and in your connection string, go and check in your database what is the service name or SID. Give that, and then click on OK. Okay, clear. So all of these things, when you are going into the project, will be created by your system administrator only. This installation, creation of the connection, everything will be done by them only. What we do, this will create the mappings, will create the workflows, will tell like, okay, you have to connect to this particular file or you have to connect to this particular database. Like that only you will do. You don't do any creation of the connections, installation, nothing you will do. Okay. If you see here, already these are created, right? So you will get it like this. Everything is already created. Yes, you need to use them. That's it. That's how you will get it in your project. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Now I'm pressing OK. I'm pressing Control S to make it validate so that it will validate and save it. Or you can go to workflow. Here validate option is there. You can validate it. Okay. It is valid. You can do in this way. Or you can press Control S. Automatically it will validate as well as it will save it. Okay. Now
Yeah.
I need to run it. Can you tell me how to run it? Yesterday you have seen, right? How to run the workflow or how to run the session.
Monitor.
Monitor is just to view it. You don't start it. Okay. Once it is started, you can do it. But it did not run as of now, right? Workflow monitor I did not open. So what I can do is I can right click here itself in the workflow. Is monitor, did we open the monitor as of now? No, right?
No.
Even here nothing was open. So what I'm doing, I'm in the workflow. I'm just right clicking on it and clicking on start workflow. See, now automatically your monitor will be open. Okay.
Yeah.
Monitor is open and it is saying like, okay, you are running this particular workflow. In this workflow, you have this session and this session ran and it is succeeded or failed. And you can double click on it. If you double click, you will get these options. Okay, you will see the names of all the this particular session. Okay, properties of all that particular session, and then go to sources. Here, see. Now you can see source target. From here, you are reading the data. How many records you are reading? 296. So all the 296 came out of the source. This is into the source. This is out of the source. This is into the target, and this is out of the target. How many records came into the source? All those came out of the source. Okay.
Yeah.
From here, it is entering and it is leaving. So how many are entering? Those many are leaving. That means nothing is getting dropped here. Okay. If anything is dropped, you will see in rejected rows. For example, here some 296. If 280 is coming here, that means 16 records were dropped. It will say like 16 records were rejected. As of now, nothing was rejected. How many records are coming from source? Those many number of records are going into your target. Okay.
Yeah.
Now we read the data from source, loaded the data into target. Now it is saying like everything is successful. We have to verify it whether the data is loaded or not. Where we have loaded the data?
Into
Oracle database, right? Because our target is Oracle database. If you see here, our target is where we have loaded the data. To go here, target is Oracle database. In Oracle database, to which user you have connected? Dev to
OT
user you
source
have
dev to.
connected. Okay. And go here, you have connected to dev2, and this is the table name. Let me run it again. How you got the data? Entire data you got it?
Yeah.
See, everything you got?
Yeah.
This is how you will create a mapping in Informatica. Clear?
Yeah.
Any doubts? This is the first thing. If you know this, remaining, I think just you need to learn how to use different transformations. That's it. But this is the overall flow. This is very basic, right? If you know everything is similar to this, just you will add some transformations inside your source and target here. Within this, you will have some transformations.
Okay.
So this you have to practice it. Then you will get to know how to create the mapping and everything. If you are listening and if you're not practicing it, it will be difficult for you. Whenever you are doing it in your project or whenever you want to do it after 2 months or 3 months, you will forget it. And you will, again, you won't even remember like, okay, how to go here, how to click on mapping, create mapping also, you won't remember. Again, you have to go through the recordings and then see it. So go and practice it at least for today so that you will come to know and you will get many issues. And then we can see what's happening. And if you are not able to resolve again, we can discuss.
Yeah.
Any doubts, just let me know if you have any. Anyone?
In Oracle database, I just have one.
Yes.
In Oracle database, we only created system info repo and info demo, right?
Yeah, you can create another database in the same way how you created InfoDom.
Okay.
Just create that user and practice in that. Don't create anything in InfoDom or Info repository. These are for Informatica. Whatever you do inside the Informatica, all that metadata is nothing but data about this particular mapping, data about that particular connection that you have created here. Okay, data about the workflow, everything will be stored here only in your info repository. Okay, info DOM is for your installation and whatever you do, those kind of things will be there. So don't touch these two users. You know how to create the user, right?
Yeah.
You have to
New
go to
connection.
system. Yeah, you have to go to system and then create. Click on other users, create user. You remember that process, right?
Yeah.
Create user and give your names. Okay, grant roles and default space, everything users you can give, and then temporary tables temp you will give. Okay, and
Yeah.
then
Yeah.
you will go, you will give all rules. Okay, system privileges you will give everything except system admin and then DBA. Okay, you remembered
Yeah.
all of this,
Yeah.
and then create it. So the user will be created, and you can create your tables and everything in that user only.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
But don't create anything in info repo or info DOM. I think Samatha, you
Okay.
created, I guess, but let's not create anything in those folders, those databases.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
So try to install the software. If you don't install the software, it will be very difficult for you. You will not remember. If you
Yeah.
practice, it is different. If you are listening, it is different. Whatever I tell, if you practice it, there will be something you will learn. Otherwise, it will be very difficult for you after that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay then. Thank you.
Thank you. Have a good day.
Yeah. Bye everyone.